Good day everyone. So for today's lessons we will talk about the different extrusion and about some advanced modeling with regards to this AutoCAD. So I have a picture here. So just to show you the different extrusion. Let's go to the pictures. Of course, this extruded base. Then we have blind. We want to have blind. So we will set the height. And then through all means through all the object it will be extruded. Then up to the next, so up to the next point, just to the next face. So we will just choose what particular face, then we will just select it, then check. Then after the vertex, so what particular vertex you want to set. Then of course up to surface, what particular surface, this one, then check it. Okay, body we want to edit again, then offset from surface, so that will be automatically on what particular surface. So let's just erase this one, for example up to this surface. So what will be the height? And then of course up to the body, so for example up to this body, so that will be automatically from for this particular point. And then midplane means at the midpoint of our drawing, just this one going here and going there. Then we will set a particular distance or height. So what we need, for example, is up to surface, then choose the surface, then check. So that's very important. So let's have another example. Let me just erase this first. Let's just erase this sketch. So for example, so in our last topic, let's go to the top. So I create a plane here, so that the distance of the plane was 40 from here to there, because in our lecture it was 40 from this point, from the surface to the midpoint of that. Okay, so let's start with this. So for example, I want to draw a circle here. So the measurement should be 15. And then let's create some, let's add some relation, add relation, and then this one and this point should be horizontal. And then what's more, sorry, this point and should be this point. Add relations. This point. Sorry, I should add the distance from this point to the origin. Sorry, this point to this point should be 25. Check. So our sketch is fully defined now. So what we need is put center line here from the origin. Then it's still fully defined since this is only a center line. So that will be our basis for revolution. So our center is this one, and this is our object, 360. Then check. Then course, we will sketch here. For example, let's put some circle here. The measurement was also, sorry, the measurement is 15 also. And then it was fully defined since I already draw at the origin. Then check. Then extrude, pictures, extrude. As far as we're concerned, this is very important later on. So for example, I want to set degrees. So for example, of extrusion, so big. For example, like this one, you can see in the figure. So that will be the particular extrusion, but since I want to have just a straight like this one, so but what we need is, for example, if we will use the up surface, so it could be possible, just select the surface and check. So that can be, or other way around is up to the next. That could be. Okay, so that's our object. So next thing to do is, for example, I want to make this object just like a typical screw or something like that. So for example, I will create sketch here. So of course, sketch here. Then I just want to copy this circle. Just convert these entities, so it will automatically there. The object was there, the circle. Then pictures, extrude. And for example, it's 20. However, I want to have some degrees. For example, like this one, 20 degrees. I think that's 20, should be 22, 23. Then accept it. Okay, so you can see our figure there. There is circle there. We can adjust the pictures. For example, 24. So 25. Check. Okay, that's it. Then for example, you want to put some fillet here for that particular edge. For example, this edge. So is it acceptable? So yeah, so that's 60 degrees. So how important are those things? So for example, I want to draw a bullet like here, so we can do this. Okay, and of course, what if I want to have a sweep here? So just simply first make a plane here like this one, choose, then plane, so that will be our first point. Then of course create that particular plane, sorry, want to make a plane, so that will be our plane, accept it. Then choose this circle and then copy it by convert entities. Convert entities. Sorry, we need to sketch here first. So sketch, then choose the circle there, then convert entities. So that is our drawing. Then what we need to do is go to pictures, then curves, helix and spiral. So as you can see, there are 2 points. So in constraints, automatically this is 8 mm that pertains to our circle radius. Then a revolution, if we want to adjust the revolution. So for example 6, 7, 8, 9. So what I want is, for example, around 6. And then for the degrees, so it could be 0. Start at 0 angle. So you can just counterclockwise or clockwise. So for the meantime, I want to use the clockwise. Then accept it. So but we need to do this material more in this part, most especially for this figure. So we will go to variable pitch. So as you can see, our purse part is 44. So that could be this one. So but for example, I want to adjust here. Should be 4. Or it should be start at 3. Sorry. So let us see first the let us see first the why is it like this? Because of this one. So then this one, curve, split, helix, spiral. So as you can see, the maximum is 6, the height of this one. So for example, you should remember that, and you want to add something, for example, should be at 3, so something like that. So I think that's not on 3, so it should be here, so it should be 2, for example, or 2.5. Okay, then next point is should be 8 also, and of course up to the point 3. So for example, then what particular so for example it's 16 or something like that. So it's 2. Is it too big or 2? So it should be 17. There you have it. Then but it's up to the measurement. So for example, another one is 8, and then at point 4 should be 32, and then then for example 15. Let's do checking if that's okay. So that is acceptable. Then next for our 0.5, so 8 mm also, and then automatically go to this point, which is sample 13. Let's check. So we need to 11. So I think it's acceptable. And then for the last part, which is 6, then 8 also, and then for example at this point it should be, I think, 5. So it should be 4. Actually it's a trial and error, but it's up to you, it's up to your design. And then accept it. So if that will be our spiral, so that will be our guide for the thread of our skirt, for example. And then of course go to the right plane view, and then you can draw a particular can edit this, of course. Edit pictures. So for example, I want to change this one to 2, or rather 3. Go to the right view. Zoom. Then check. We can now sketch in our here. Okay, we can sketch at the right plane. So we can start here. So what is, for example, like this one, so should be triangle. So the actual is just like this, but should be different. So for example, should be like this one and this one. Then set the measurement. Sorry, what's this? Let's erase this one. It's a measurement, so let's have the measurement here. Should be, for example, 2, or okay. Then this one should be, we can have this small dimension, then 2, of course. It's too big, so maybe I can set this one as 1.2. Okay, if you're pretty sure with your design, then of course this is smart driven, no need to put some dimension there. Then since we are pretty sure with our design, next thing to do is make sure that this object 1, 2, and 3 and a particular point, so we should add relation this point, and this point should be merge, or we should start there. Okay, but for us to fully define the sketch, okay, check. So we just go to the origin, and then next thing to do is pictures, then exit sketch, then go to picture, sweep, then choose the object. Of course this object is that one, then what particular sweep, this one, and accept it. So then there you have it. That will be our design for this figure. So this is just a typical example, so this is very important for you to know this type of or this kind of way of drawing. So for example, I want to erase this one, by the way, and then change, for example, this figure and to pictures, then extrude, then want to do this, then in different way, for example up to what particular degrees, for example like this one, and accept it. So then that will be our figure for extrusion. So I think that will be all for today. Thank you so much, and I hope you learned something, and have a great day. Goodbye.